So tomorrow the adventure begins, the Florida Trail. But I thought I would talk today about the logistics of what it takes to get to the trail. To me, that's the hardest part of doing a thru hike, is getting to the trailhead. And the Florida Trail is no different. I talked about this when I did the Colorado Trail this summer. And on this trip, I got a straight flight out of Traverse City, Michigan, down to Sanford Orlando Airport, a small airport above Orlando. And the reason I'd like a straight shot is so the airlines don't have the opportunity to lose my pack. So you get down here and your pack trips over. So that way, instead of going through Chicago and doing a 2-leg or 3-leg trip and ended up right in Miami, I decided to go with Sanford. So what I had to do is fly into Sanford and then figure out all the logistics of how to get to Miami and out to the trailhead. And what I decided to do is jump off the plane, grab my pack, and walk 3 miles into Sanford to a bus stop. I had to catch 2 different buses to get to the Orlando airport, which is where Brightline, which is kind of a bullet train they've built down here, goes to Miami. They have a station there. And so I had to catch this bus, catch the second bus, catch this train, so I would get to Miami before the last shuttle to the Miami airport was leaving. And I just barely made all of those connections. So the new online norm for airlines is, we'll get you there sometime this week. And I really can't blame Allegiant. There was a snowstorm when I left Michigan. They had to de-ice the plane, which kind of surprised me. What they do is they actually put orange Gatorade on the plane. And I guess the electrolytes from that give that plane that last little energy boost it needs to get off the ground. And so that took a half hour. And so we were a half hour late getting into Sanford, which put my schedule off of catching these buses and then catching the train. It's like a domino effect. So I really had to get off that plane and route step into Sanford to that bus station. So I made it to the bus stop like 5 minutes before the bus was going to leave, and I was sitting next to a guy who could only say, "It's okay, I like your nose." I could have done a stand-up comedy routine, because anything I would say, that was his answer. "It's okay, I like your nose." So that was kind of a long half hour till I caught the second bus, the second leg to Orlando, made it to the airport, got to the Brightline station like 2 minutes before that bullet train was leaving. I had to buy a ticket on a little kiosk there, and everybody was already loading, and I was in a panic and pushing buttons, but I made it, which got me into Miami before the last shuttle. Brightline train has a shuttle out to the airport, so I wanted to get out to the Orlando airport because I had a room out that way. And so I got a room at the Clarion, but it was for the 7th. And because all these connections worked out for me, I got here on the 6th, so I had to kill a night at the airport. And I've been in a lot of airports, but the Miami airport is maybe a 1 out of a 10. It's really the pits. And so I finally went out to where the shuttle buses were and found all the different hotels and found the closest one to this Clarion, got on it, came over, walked down to Denny's at 4 in the morning, and killed a couple more hours before I could come up here and get into my room, which I had to pay extra to get in early. So my wife's always buying me duffel bags at thrift stores, so I have something to put my pack into when I travel, so it doesn't, things don't catch in conveyor belts at airports and that kind of thing. This time she got me one with wheels, so this will stay here at the hotel when I leave in the morning. So at 6 o'clock in the morning, Leah, a Florida Trail Angel, is going to pick myself and 2 other thru hikers up here at the Clarion and take us out to the trailhead. And prior to finding Leah, my plan was just to get a bus from the Brightline downtown Miami area take it as far out as I could, and then start walking and stay the first night on the levee on Tamiami Trail, and then spend a couple days walking across the reservation, the loop road, the old trailhead, which I have done that stretch of trail where the trail used to start. So I didn't really want to do that again. And thankfully I ran into Leah, and she's gonna get us out there. Leah's picking us all up at 6 o'clock, so we'll get out to the trailhead early. It's been raining the last 2 days I've been here. Actually, Lauderdale, just north of us here, had a tornado. And tomorrow's supposed to be overcast, little rain, maybe 10% chance of rain. And then Tuesday's supposed to be up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. And then Tuesday night, more rain. So it should be a very eventful trip through the cypress swamp. I figure I'll make it in a couple of days. And the water is supposed to be, most of it's like calf, knee. Some people say thigh, mid-thigh is about as high as it gets. And I don't know what this last 2 days rain has done, but again, it should be eventful. So I'm going to try and do a video every day, just like I did on the Colorado Trail, to show people what the Florida Trail is really like. But it's probably not going to be a through hike. It's probably going to be a section hike, maybe 400 miles back to the Sanford Airport. The trail goes through Orlando and through St. Mary's, which is real close to that airport, I think about 400 miles. So that's probably where I'm going to pull the pin. Not really sure. We've got some health issues in the family, and my wife and I didn't go south this year. And so I've got some time constraints, but we'll see how it works out. And I'm going to go as far as I can, and I'll try and document it like I did the Colorado Trail and the Arizona Trail. Keep smiling.